learn a good computer program and watch a lot of movies. I mean, if you can't shoot anything properly, well, most of the editing software now can fix your bad shots by making them good shots. I know, because I've shot stuff and I've used bad takes and made them good by deleting stuff and manipulating the footage. So I think you want to be a filmmaker, take film studies, take management, take PR, take anything business related, because in the world out there, it's all about how are you going to get the film made. Once you have the technology to make the film, then worry about making the film. But first you have to worry about how are you going to get this done? Where are you going to get the people? Where are you going to get the gear? How are you going to do it?
I want us to take a little sidetrack here. From my understanding, you are also working in the entertainment industry, so you're not only an independent filmmaker, you actually work in the entertainment industry.
Yes, I've worked for a number of different companies in the entertainment industry. And I can tell you firsthand, based on my experience, film companies, TV companies are run like businesses. They are big businesses. They want to make money. They don't care really about what the deeper meaning of your film is. No, big shots at Warner Brothers and everybody at the top who are financing you, giving you hundreds of millions of dollars, don't care if you use a red gel or a blue gel. They don't even care why you're doing it. They're going to care about, are people standing outside to give me $18 or $12 or whatever the hell a movie costs to go see now, some ridiculous price, and how many DVDs will they sell, and how many DVDs will they rent? How can they market you, and how can they market your film? Because, I mean, there's a lot of quality films out there that aren't being seen. They're being overshadowed by movies like Gothica and The Adventures of Pluto Nash, which is like crap on a stick. Yeah, I can't say that word, can I? It's poop on a stick. Poop. Can I say poop?
It isn't the word as much as it is the sentiment, but I guess I'm going to have to deal with the censors on this one.
C'est caca sur un bâton.
Moving right along. We should also mention that in studio with us today are 4 members of MJ's crew.
All of them my lawyers to not get me sued. No, I'm kidding.
All of them here to help keep MJ in line, and you are not doing a very good job here, people. But no, they were invited into studio so that they can sit in, which is very rare here on Frank Talks. Usually we're doing a one-on-one interview, so this is I think this is the first time we've had the most amount of people in studio at once. So this is a very first here on Frank Talks, Pleasures and Lifestyles.
Well, I'm glad I could, be the first.
I do have one more question for you. Now, you're an independent filmmaker. You obviously have to work with limited resources in order to produce your movies.
Yes, of course.
But you also worked in the entertainment industry, and I'd like to know how much support did you get from the companies that you worked for in the entertainment industry for your independent films?
Big fat donut. None. Zero. They're like, oh, you make films? That's good. Maybe we'll take a look at it when it's done. So that's the kind of reaction you get. Because, I mean, everybody who works on a film set or works for a film company somewhere down the line is a filmmaker at heart, right? You'll go on in Toronto, they shoot, I don't know how many movies a month. And everybody from the second assistant director to the production assistant is all somewhere a graduate of film school and all a director at heart. They don't care. To a film company that I work for, or if I work for a bank, it's the same thing. Does my private film life, my private hobby of making my independent films, does that deter me from my job there? If so, I will get fired. They don't care. Well, they don't care, and they don't see it as an asset that I make films. They might even see it as something that can deter them from my position. And any company will see that. Most companies will be like, well, what are you doing with your films? And they'll say, if they see that, I use the photocopier to make mass copies of the scripts to distribute to the cast, which I don't do because that would be wrong. But if you get an office job, you got a lot of stuff you can use, like photocopiers, staplers, hole punchers. Sure beats those waiter jobs where you have nothing and a smaller pay. But I would never use a photocopier for personal use. That would be wrong, especially not at this school. This is a good school.
And on that disclaimer, we'll be back right after this.
Frank Talks is sponsored in part by the Calibrated Storytelling Seminar. Have you ever felt tongue-tied when talking to a woman and did not know what to say next? This seminar provides the structure to create personalized stories that connect to a woman's emotional needs. Calibration is about putting people into the categories and then modifying your behavior. Do you want to learn how to be truthful about who you are, but in an interesting and seductive way? If you want women to like you for the real you, then this seminar is for you. The Calibrated Storytelling Seminars and telephone consultations, only available at franktalks.com.
Frank Talks is making the world a better place by interviewing people on pleasures and lifestyles in order to inspire and educate listeners like you about the possibilities to lead more interesting and fulfilling lives. Be sure to visit our website at www.franktalks.com for the most up-to-date information and the latest downloads of programs just like the one you're listening to now.
Frank Talks is sponsored in part by Everything Out of Her Mouth is a Test, a man's guide to the emotional needs of women. What would your life be like if you knew exactly what to say and do with women? This book is for the guy that simply wants to learn how to handle women's tests by addressing her emotional needs. By this, you create the type of attraction that will make her see you as the one she was destined to be with. This book will teach you how to get the woman you want and how to keep her. Everything Out of Her Mouth is a Test is the Rosetta Stone for men to understand exactly what a woman means when she speaks and how to respond. Is that worth changing your life forever? Buy this book at franktalks.com now.
You're listening to Frank Talks Pleasures and Lifestyles, and I'm Frank because I have to be. We're in studio today with J Di Rocco, a independent filmmaker, director, and producer, and writer.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
At this time, we have 4 members of your cast and crew. Why don't we start with a couple of introductions so everybody gets a chance to say hello on air?
All right, let's start with Andrew Ross. This is Andrew. He's
Hi there, everyone.
he's just the Andrew. He's not. He's my.
He's a faithful supporter.
Yeah, he's my public relations attaché. I got cinematographer Alex Legault sitting next to him. Hi, Alex. I miss you. Then I got actor extraordinaire Anthony Colace.
Thank you, MJ. You're a brilliant director, and Frank, you're a great talk show.
He certainly knows. Yes, absolutely. You got a little brown stuff there on your nose there. Huh.
And then sitting next to Anthony is Hironobu Okawa, editor extraordinaire. That means good evening in Japanese. So there you go. It's very hardworking people. I'm glad to know each and every one of them, and I'm glad they're here tonight. They're not just sticking around because they're hoping I'll buy beer, I hope.